Good morning, my boys. We are going through the unit 2 of The Cat, lesson 7. Today, we shall continue reading unit 2. So the cat scratches the guest in the leg because the guest has not offered him the food that he was offered by the inmates of the house. The cat makes the guest remember his duty. It was your duty, the guest, to offer me something of your food, and you haven't done your duty. So I have to remind you your duty, and that's why I just rake you on the leg. I just scratch your leg. Okay? That is the cat. That is the nature of a cat. And the inmates, who are very indulgent to their pet cat, are smiling and just telling the guest, how sweet the cat is, isn't it, Mr. Onk? The guest dares not do what he would like to do. The guest didn't feel very much amused. And so, as he didn't feel amused, as he felt very, very disgusted with the cat, he wanted to do something very serious to the cat, isn't it? But he was in the house of some friend or some relative, so he did not do what he wanted to do. The guest dares not to do what he would like to do. Would like to. Just try to understand, my boys, this construction. You have to learn this. Though I have told you on earlier occasions in class 9, in class 8, would like. This is a very common phrase which we should use while writing formal letters and something like that. Would like is a formal language which is often used in place of want. Want, the word want, has an inherent negativity. ওয়ান্ট কথাটার মধ্যে একটা অন্তর্নিহিত নেতিবাচক ব্যাপার আছে যেটা শুনতে কারণ ভালো লাগে না। Want signifies something demanding. So, whenever you are out to write a formal letter, an official letter, and whenever you are required to write want, you have to write would like. I want to do it. This is a very demanding approach. But if you tell somebody, I would like to do it, it sounds much more polite. So, you must learn the use of would like. Want to, would like to. Want to can be replaced by would like to. Just try to remember this. Just try to keep it in mind. The guest does not have the courage to do what he would like to do, what he wants to do. What does he want to do? What is in his mind at the present moment after being scratched by the cat? Kick the cat out of the window. I bow. This guest must be angry with the cat. Bloody fool, bloody creature. You have scratched me in the leg, huh? I must kick you out of the window. He has the intention in his mind. But how can he fulfill his intention? How can he fulfill his desire as he is someone's house and the cat is their pet? অন্যের বাড়িতে গিয়ে তাদের পোষা বিড়ালকে লাথি মারা যায়, ইচ্ছে করলেও মারা যায়। So the guest wants to kick the cat out of the window, but how can he do so as he is some other's house? So, with tears of rage and pain in his eyes, so he has pain and rage. He felt he feels pain in his leg after being scratched by the cat, and uh, he feels that he has tears in his eyes. The tears is not only caused by the pain but also of এই যে অসহায়তাটা, this helplessness often brings tears in our eyes. Okay, actually, helpless man cries. A helpless man cries. Cries the outcome, often cries the outcome, often tears of the outcome of helplessness. Sometimes of joy also, but in most cases, tears are the outcome of helplessness. So, the guest feels helpless. He cannot do what he wants to do, and that is why he has tears in his eyes. The tears are of rage and pain. With these tears, he affects to be very much amused. Here, affects means pretense. Here, affects means pretense. Pretense, Pretense. Pretense. With the tears of rage and pain in his eyes, he pretends to be very much amused. He makes a pretension. What a lovely cat you have. Though in his mind he has the great intention, bloody cat, if I get a chance, I will surely kick you out of the window. But what can I do now? Just in front of these inmates? Okay, you can save yourself. You have managed to save yourself for the day only because you are here. With tears in his eyes, the guest pretends to be very much amused. Amused, pleased, entertained. After being scratched, after having much pain caused by the cat, he has to pretend that he is very amused. That is the crisis of civilization, isn't it, my boys? That is the crisis of civilization. You feel, often, you find no pleasure in an incident. You often find something, a great bitterness in other people's behaviors, but you have no other way than to tolerate them. So this is the crisis of civilization. এটাই হলো সভ্যতার সংকট। আমাদের অনেক সময়ই মুখোশ পরে থাকতে হয়। যে মানুষটাকে সহ্য করতে পারি না তাকে সহ্য করতে হয়। যে পরিস্থিতিটাতে আমি মানিয়ে নিতে পারছি না আমাকে মানিয়ে নিতে হয়। যা করতে ইচ্ছে করছে তা করতে পারবো না। দ্যাট ইজ দ্য ক্রাইসিস অফ সিভিলাইজেশন। আমরা তো সভ্যতা নিজেদের জন্য বানিয়েছি, সো উই হ্যাভ টু অ্যাবাইড বাই দ্য লজ অফ দ্য সোসাইটি, ইজন্ট ইট? So, even after being scratched by the cat, and even after getting a much pain in the leg, the guest pretends to be very pleased, very amused by the sweet behavior of the cat, and sorts out a bit of fish from his plate, and he just picks up a piece of fish from his plate. So the guest has been offered a fish item, a food item made of fish by the host, and from his plate he just picks up a piece of fish and hands it down and just drops it on the floor to the cat. Okay, take it. He must have a smile in his face, but his heart is craving to offer a kick to the cat, isn't it? Okay. The cat gingerly receives it If you have ever observed a cat, you will find, perhaps you have found, a cat is always very careful. It is never careless like dogs. It is always very careful. That is why cats are seldom run over by any car. Okay, they are very careful creature. Here also, the cat receives the food item, the piece of fish, very gingerly, very carefully. Just try to understand the use of this word, gingerly. We know ginger, ada. Everybody of us knows the thing ginger. It is a root of some plant, and it is a very common item that we often use in our in time of cooking our food. But ginger may also mean, whenever it is used colloquially, ginger may mean vitality, vivacity, something like that. So gingerly is an adverb. It means carefully. Ginger is its noun. Sometimes some of you, some of my students told me on earlier occasion, sir, gingerness might be the noun form of gingerly. So far I know, the noun form of gingerly is ginger. And in colloquial English, ginger may mean vivacity, care, etc. So you should use ginger. The cat gingerly receives it. The cat carefully takes the bit of fish offered by the guest with a look in his eyes, and he has a look in his bright eyes, bright greenish or greyish eyes. Perhaps you have observed the eyes of a cat. The eyes of a cat and a dog differ greatly. Differ greatly. Dogs have their eyes, which makes us very affectionate to them. The structure of the eyes of a dog is that which makes us very affectionate to them. They are very lovely to look at, the eyes of the dogs. But the eyes of the cats shows the cat's inherent cruelty and daring character. Okay? And with a look in his eyes that says, and the cat looks at the guest with a vision, with an eye that seems to tell the guest, another time, my friend, you won't be slow to understand. Hello, my friend. Next time when you come in this house, I think you will not be so slow to understand my demand, and you will offer me my share as soon as you get your offerings of your food. It is something like a warning that the cat gives to the guest. He purrs as he retires to a safe distance. So the cat takes the piece of fish and he just retires, he just goes away and sits very relaxed, in a very relaxed way. He retires to a safe distance. He just goes away to a safe distance from the guest's boot, away from the guest's boot, before eating the food, before eating his food. He has got his share, so he is now relaxed, but he does not eat the food instantly at that place, because he can easily understand the human psychology. That is why he just retires to a place away from the guest's booth, because he also knows the guest has got angry with him, and even he gets a chance, he must hurt him in one way or other. The cat knows it. He knows human psyche very well. That is why with the food item he goes away to a safe distance away from the guest's boat and starts eating his food. Okay. Next day you have to work out the comprehension activities of unit 2, and after checking, after evaluating the activities, we shall read unit 3. So goodbye today.